Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you The Artist's Life by Steven Pressfield. It's kind of a hidden gem. You probably know about it if you have the book, The War of Art, and it hides out in the back there. But I think it is super awesome. And I think every person, because we're all creators, we're all artists of life and business, every person should have this up on their wall and read it every day. It's that good. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 big ideas from the artist's life and kind of dissect it a little bit. But as always, if you're new to the Big Idea series, what I like to do is talk about, what it is, why it's important, and how to really put it into action, right? All of the big ideas that I pull from these books or movies or essays or seminars, etc., they're all actionable, right? Because at the end of the day, we really want to take knowledge and make it applicable to our lives, right? If we don't apply the knowledge, what's the use of even having it? So for starters, what I'm going to do is read it to you. It's super short, right? And it's like literally less than a page. I'm going to read it to you. Then I'm going to share with you these 3 big ideas that I get from The Artist's Life by Steven Pressfield. So here it is. The Artist's Life. Are you a born writer? Were you put on earth to be a painter, a scientist, an apostle of peace? In the end, the question can only be answered by action. Do it or don't do it. It may help to think of it this way. If you were meant to cure cancer or write a symphony or crack cold fusion and you don't do it, you not only hurt yourself, even destroy yourself, you hurt your children, you hurt me, you hurt the planet. You shame the angels who watch over you and you spite the Almighty, who created you and only you with your unique gifts for the sole purpose of nudging the human race 1 millimeter further along its path back to God. Creative work is not selfish act or a bid for attention on the part of the actor. It's a gift to the world and every being in it. Don't cheat us of your contribution. Give us what you've got. So that's The Artist's Life by Steven Pressfield. So here are my 3 big ideas from this super short, super powerful piece of writing. The first big idea inherent in this is the idea that's pervasive in a lot of things about the human experience, and that is the idea of knowing yourself. We have to know ourselves so that we can know whether we are a scientist, whether we are a painter, whether we are a creator or what we're going to create in order to move the human race forward, right? We have to know ourselves. And in my humble opinion, this should be a core class that's taught every year in school, knowing yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, you're not going to know what you were put on earth to do, what your gift is, what your talent is, what your ikigai is, what your reason for being is, right? We all are doing that anyway as we live life. I mean, that's what life is reflecting back at us what our purpose is constantly. That's what friends do. That's what family members do. That's what every action we take does, right? We tune into the feeling like, did this feel good? Did it feel right? What is the little voice inside of us saying, right? This is a lot of what I talk about on the channel. And I think it's so important. A lot of people go through their whole lives and never realize what their purpose is. They never realize what they were put on earth to do. And I think it's very sad, and it's also, like Pressfield talks about, it's a travesty to humanity, because I believe each of us come into the world with this thing to share, this gift to give to the world and help everyone. It helps us live our purpose. It helps other people. It inspires other people. It's huge. So knowing yourself is the first big idea that I take from this. When you know yourself, you will know what your purpose is, and then you can act on that purpose. The second big idea inherent in this is that we're all connected. No man or woman is an island, and thinking so is really detrimental, because if we're all connected, whatever you do, whatever action you take, not only helps yourself, right? It helps you express yourself, helps you be in alignment with who you are. It gives you joy and satisfaction and fulfillment and meaning, but it also impacts the lives of others. And this is something I think is really overlooked as creators, right? Life is a ripple effect. You never know when you might do something that might inspire or motivate or encourage or show another person that it's okay to do the thing you came here to do, right? To be a unique individual, think outside the box, to be a nonconformist. You never know who you're going to inspire. The fact that we're all connected makes every action we take that much more important. And I often think of this quote that was attributed to the Buddha, and it went something like this. It was, act as if the whole universe or the whole world depends on what you do, but laugh at yourself for thinking so, right? And that's kind of, I think, a great way to live life. If you act like it's super important that you do your work in the world, like Pressfield talks about, but at the same time, detach from it a little bit and laugh at yourself thinking, oh, it's not that important, right? But it is important, right? That gives us the freedom to act, but it releases a lot of the baggage and the need to do it just perfect, etc., that comes along with taking action as a creator. So that's my second big idea, is knowing that we're all connected. Third and final idea, of course, you probably guessed it, is take action, right? Just do it. Create, let yourself, share yourself, let it go. All of those things are super important as creators. And of course, when we're talking about Pressfield, you can't talk about him without talking about the resistance. We all face it. It's inherent in every aspect of being human. There's a resistance to you doing your work in the world, to you creating, right? And the action is the only way we slay that resistance dragon every single day. So whatever it is that you came here to create, take action today. Do something every day to create and to share yourself and express yourself, because I've found that gets us into momentum. And Pressfield talks about this a lot in his writing, that when you do it every day and you know that you're going to have to slay the dragon again the next day, the dragon of resistance, you will be prepared for it. You'll be ready for it. Like Will Smith says, if you always stay ready, you never have to get ready. So if you wake up expecting to create something, expecting to do your work in the world and slay that dragon, it's gonna be easier, right? Seth Godin talks about it in the sense that he writes a blog post a day, and what he says is that it's not hard. It's not as hard as people think, because what he does is he knows he's going to have to write a blog post every day, and so he's trained himself to look for ideas and opportunities to spin into material the next day and the next day and the next day. And it keeps him on his toes, and he knows he's going to have to do it, so he builds it into his routine. See, the human mind and the psyche is very adaptable. When you say we're going to do this, it starts to work for you, and it says, okay, well, here's an idea you could write about the next day. Here's an idea that's right about the next day. When we set an expectation that we're going to slay the dragon and we're going to create every day, the universe helps us out a little bit by sending us little ideas and inspirations and insights and nuggets. We're not doing this alone, and we set that up in our mind, and it makes it a lot easier. At the outset, you look at Seth Godin's creativity and his level of output, and you go, that's impossible. How could you even do that? But like I said, he switches his mindset, and he says, I'm going to do this. I will figure out a way how, or the way how to do it will reveal itself. And it does. And I don't know how long he's been doing it, 20 years maybe? But that guy is an inspiration of a creator doing his thing in the world, much like Pressfield is. So if you have got The War of Art, pick it up. Go read that little section in the back. It's less than a page. Put it up on your wall. I mean, I think it's super valuable to human beings as we're creating our work in the world. So that is The Artist's Life by Steven Pressfield, 3 big ideas. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That would be super awesome. Consider subscribing for episodes of the Big Idea series, episodes of Enhancing the Human Experience, also my car vlog series, which is called On the Move. I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. And until next time, all the best, health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.